up, learn, develop, and grow viewers? I hope you all are doing fantastic. Right now, I am at Shokir Bazaar, and I've got a localite. She's in front of my camera, and she belongs to the IT sector. So we're gonna talk about some crucial questions about the education sector. So let's begin. So my first question to you, ma'am, today, how much students are fluent in English? Like, if I ask you a question, ma'am, like, can you give your self-introduction in English?
Sure, I can give my self-introduction in English. Do I have to introduce myself? So I am a localite, as you just mentioned, and I have been staying in this place over, I would say, 25 years. And I am a working professional, so to speak, of DevOps engineer in the IT sector. And according to me, I think like students actually have that English skill or this the speaking skill only when they actually want to learn the language.
That's right, yeah.
Because otherwise, most of the students you would be finding out here are actually in English schools itself, but not all of them have that skill of speaking.
That's right.
And that's essentially because not all of them are into the culture of accepting a new language. They prefer the comfort zone. So as long as the students tend to be in a comfort zone until and unless they want to make new friends who preferably don't understand the language or are they seem more cool to them, they wouldn't be actually looking into a language that way.
True, ma'am. I'll come to the next question, which is also a very crucial one, that students are given the bookish language, the bookish learnings, right? They have a syllabus, academic syllabus is there. Why they're not encouraged to speak when speaking is very crucial part? Like today, all the interviews are takes place in English, right? It happens. So why it is not encouraged by the schools? Yeah.
I would say it's not possible to look into the career and the development of each and every student because the ratio is high. It's like 45 students with respect to one teacher. So it's not really possible for her or him to look into it that way. And secondly, I would say even everybody doesn't want to get out of their comfort zone and try to teach students something new. They would rather just do their job and get off the pace.
That's right. So my next question, ma'am, like there are students those are not fluent in English, like let's say from the students from the Bengali mediums, right? And there are students from very extremely fluent, like they can speak English very decent. Do you think this is going to beneficial for when they are going to sit for the job interview? Like how does it happens?
I would say, yeah, it's very, I would say, quintessential for you to know more than one language wherever you are trying to go in. I mean, not necessarily that you have to know English, but although, given in our constitution that we should be knowing Hindi and English apart from your mother language.
Yeah.
So I would say that, yeah, you should actually learn Hindi at least, or if not English by you. Because English is pretty much helpful if you're trying to get a job outside your state, because that way you don't have to learn the local language. You can just use English. It's such a universal language, you can use it anywhere. So it's
right.
beneficial.
Yeah. So we have come at the brink of the interview, and my last question is from the soft skills. Yeah, ma'am, do you think why soft skills is important and why the students should learn soft skills? Can you put a little more emphasize or put a little focus in soft skills?
Yeah, sure.
Now you are a working professional, right? You have understood how much important this is. Now, is it important for the students also to learn? Yeah. Can you please shed some light on this?
So I would say that students absolutely need to learn some soft skills, because even now that you would be saying all the technical skills are so important. Even for non-technical jobs, people would be asking you to know about popular jargons like data science and AI. And if you are not really accustomed to those languages, obviously you won't be getting into a certain thing, or even for example, crack an interview, so to speak of. So I would say that while you are doing your usual curriculum, you should look into certain soft skills, not necessarily technical. You can also look into some softwares that you can use and you can expertise on. So you can show people that these are something that I know that other people not, and that way you can have a leverage over other candidates.
That's right. Ma'am, in my 10 years of my corporate experience, I've learned that team building skill is very important. What do you want to say about that?
I would say team building and cooperation with your team is very important. If you're a leader at a team, then most definitely you have to respect everybody's opinion instead of pushing yours over others. Even if you are, not really taking their opinion, you have to listen to them at least, or manipulate them in a good way to accept what you think is right.
Right. And what else students can learn just to step one step ahead in the competition? Yeah. How they can stand out from the crowd, like.
So I would say make sure you're very confident in an interview. Even if you're, not okay with the stack that is being provided to you,
Right.
you should make sure that you're willing to learn and you are confident enough to take up anything. So people definitely like, team player and a person who's willing to learn. So yeah, these two things should be looking into it.
Wow, so thank you so much, viewers. I hope you have heard everything. Ma'am has given her precious time and could shed lights on very important topics and areas and the key insights. And students, I believe you have understood. Keep focus in soft skills, which is utmost important for your career. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
Thank you so much.